why is it so important to have like a spiritual belief?
Hmm. Yeah, it's a good question. I think like, really like rather than, I mean, I don't know, like I would sort of like approach this question a little differently in a sense, like to see it in some ways. First of all, I feel like we need to first um, ask ourselves this question: do we believe beyond the physical there is a reality? So for example, beyond what we can touch, or beyond what like we know that it's oxygen, or even the things that we cannot see like oxygen and all that, is this a reality that's more than that? And I think this question sometimes can be subjective, but for sure we know that a lot of things that we can't sort of see or we kind of sort of feel are part of reality, like love, the concept of love, the concept of, like all these things. And I think like spiritual belief is important because I think we need a language to be able to describe things that goes beyond the physical. Because otherwise, then imagine we want to try to describe something like love. We want to try to describe something like human qualities. We want to try to describe something like human relationships, but we don't sort of we describe that based on like physical contracts. How does it work? Like, is that not limiting? So I also do believe like it's important for every single person to sort of like now discover and explore, like again, um, at least like try to understand what is their belief, in terms of spiritual reality, and try to explore a little bit of that.
Mm.
Does it
Nice.
answer your question, Harry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. And I would like to top up a bit more, which is I think having a
Mm.
spiritual belief is important so that we all have this kind of like faith in ourselves. That
Mm-hmm.
someone is like, I mean, like how to say, like we can depend on something, a higher force than us. Like to, for example,
Mm.
like today you feel like giving up. But if you have
True. Yeah.
faith, if you have hope that oh, everything is like planned out for me, everything will be fine, then you might not give up because of just that the belief that you
Yeah.
believe in. I think that's one of
Yeah. I
the thing.
totally agree
Yeah.
with you.
Mm. And
Mm.
also I think it's like how to say, it will be more, it will bring like positivity to us because we always like reflect
Mm.
on the spiritual belief and stuff. So that's why I think like it's
Mm.
important like to have the spiritual belief
Just want
right?
to add something now,
Yeah, can.
before maybe we move on.
Yeah.
What you say is really, I couldn't agree more, and I feel like you answered this question
Mm.
the best way possible.
Yeah.
Like because I also actually read a quote recently, like, and this quote was very interesting because it says like really, it says like just the fact that human being um perceive that he will how to say he doesn't have a continuity, or that he will be destroyed, like it doesn't have like a continuity of like life after death,
Mm.
is a weakening of the spirit. It doesn't cause motivation. It causes you to sort of like have no purpose, like a weakening of purpose, a weakening of your spirit. So I find like, yeah, what you're saying is very true. Like we need to
Mm.
really find what anchors us in this life. And sometimes it's more than just the physical.
Yeah, sometimes more than just physical. And also I would think that spiritual belief actually, how to say, it's like it's sort of like a reflection on what we have done basically. Is when we have it, then we can reflect on like, oh, what is my like my level and stuff in terms of like spirituality. Yeah, I mean, like, why okay, let's say for example today we have three level let's say bronze, silver and gold. Let's say you're doing gold. Let's say you, I mean, how to say, in this life, I mean, in the physical life,
Mm,
you're achieving actually the goal. But why would you want to have a bronze in your spirituality, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Right. So why
Yep.
not,
Yep.
why not both? Yeah.
Excellent in all aspects of your life. Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, for me, actually, when I start to discover like about spiritual belief, which is like very recently only maybe like 1 year ago or half year ago, it
Mm,
actually like made me more peaceful and make me more like grateful to a lot of things
mm,
especially challenges. Yeah, it made me become like very grateful to like challenges because
mm,
I would like, how to say, I would like tend to complain a lot right before this, like before knowing like all this like spiritual, like, oh, we have something called the faith, and what is it like to have feel, because you know, it's very different when someone telling you what is it, like, you know, hey, you need to have faith, come on, you need to have faith. And when you experience it yourself, that's when you feel it, that's when you really know it's a legit thing. And it all comes down to your personal belief as well. I agree. Like whether you agree or not that this so-called spirituality exists. To have it, you need to believe it first. You need to, how to say, you need to seek it. I guess you need to find it yourself. The thing that you're looking for, the answer. Yeah.